Welcome back to another episode of This Round's on Us. Today we are going to be covering social media, the goods and bads of social media, as well as a little bit of online dating, which kind of, plays into it. If not, I don't know. We'll see. So today we got, again, the core four. So myself, Scott, we have Rambo, Nick, Tyler, and we have one of our behind-the-scenes guest guys. We got Brandon here.
What it do, baby?
So we got all of us here. So we're going to talk social media, goods, bads, ugly, and and then whatever else kind of comes up. So to kind of start off, all of us, if we can kind of jump around and sell what social medias we use, so people kind of know our background, I guess. So I'll kind of hop first. So I mainly use Facebook, Twitter, kind of Instagram, I guess. And
now, do you really use Instagram, or do you just have it just because, I don't know, your wife and family has it?
Kind of that, probably.
See, I don't ever use Instagram.
I just see, I can see a lot of stuff on Instagram. I think, honestly, I have 2 posts on Instagram, but and then I have a Snapchat, but I don't really use it. I just watch people's stories, and on the rarest of occasions, if I think I had something really cool happen in my life, I'll snap it. Like y'all saw Thomas make that basket the other day on Snapchat. Yeah, so I'll rarely use it. But Rambo, what do you use?
I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. But that's just for wallpapers and stuff.
Oh, I forgot about Pinterest.
But I don't really post a lot of stuff. I guess posting something on Twitter would be retweeting it. I retweet a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I like a lot of stuff. But I don't know. I mainly use social media for information about sports and gaming. To be completely honest, I don't use it for my personal benefit or my me putting my my personal stuff,
personal life out there.
Yeah.
All right, Rambo, Brandon.
Oh no, Tyler and Nick, I'll let y'all go first because
oh God, all right. Tyler, what do you use the most?
I got some thoughts.
I pretty much use all of them equally. Facebook for sure. I have some Facebook groups on there that I manage, and then Twitter I'm on probably more than anything else, just because it's funny and everybody's assholes on Twitter, and I live for it. Instagram I'm on, and I just look at memes and some pictures, but I post every once in a while. And then can't really think of any. I guess Snapchat, I guess, if you count that too. Yeah, Snapchat I'm on quite a bit. And then
you are on Snapchat quite a bit.
I'm on Snapchat all the time.
You post some of the most boring shit I've ever seen.
I just post it.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
It's mostly my dog.
Yeah. I think every now and then you need to post work or something. Or
it's always because work's fucking boring.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just
I'm just bored.
On the grind. Yeah. But, what about you, Nick?
So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. The one I'm on the most is probably Facebook, but the stuff I post on the most is probably Snapchat. I'm not really on any of them all that much. I think I have a couple posts on Instagram, and I think it was when I got my lizards thing set up.
Yeah, for the most of our lives, you were Twitterless Nick for the longest.
Yeah,
so, yeah. You had a whole hashtag and everything.
I think for my newest Twitter account, I think I just barely put out my first tweet last week or something.
And then Brandon, what do you use?
Oh man, okay, so if for those of y'all that really know me personally, bro, I'm on Twitter every 5 minutes. But I do have an Instagram, but that's just
You have an Instagram?
I do have an Instagram, but I'm barely on it.
Have you posted anything?
Nope.
Okay, that's probably why.
I have one post from 2 years ago. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, it's mostly just because my friends have them, and my girlfriend has one. She's always getting on to me about I don't know, liking her photos and stuff, which probably should do that. But I have Snapchat. No, I don't know. I don't get the hype behind Snapchat. It's just
I don't ever use.
don't know,
I
see?
look at people's stories. I look at my friends' stories and like my wife's story and see what like people are doing throughout the day. But I don't know. For lack of a better term, sometimes I feel like my day is sometimes can be so boring to post anything on there. Like, do you really want to see me eating a bag of Cheetos or like what? I don't know. You know what I mean?
I feel like people use Snapchat more often because it's easier to use than all the other ones.
But also for like, I don't know. I don't use Snapchat because like I don't want to be like too invested of like what you're doing with your life. I still got my own life to do. I don't know. It's just like, plus it just makes me wish like I was like certain places like where I'm not now, like in my day. Like if I'm like stuck at work and I look at someone's Snapchat and they're like on vacation or something, I'm like, damn, I wish I was on vacation. So like I don't know. I just do it just for my own like.
Well, that's my entire Instagram. That's
Okay,
my entire Instagram.
you know what? To piggyback off of that, what's like, what we can all shoot like, and this is again, we don't really script a lot of our stuff, so this is like we have a template we follow, but I want to see what everybody can come up with like off the rip. Give me like one hard negative of social media that you think of that's your thing. What do you like? What do you think what's something bad that you're like? How you said like some of the traveling stuff makes you wish that you were doing that kind of shit. Like what's a negative thing? We can start with Tyler. What's like one hard negative? Maybe not the biggest negative, but just a negative you can think of off the top of your head with any form of social media.
I feel like it's either people are overly sensitive on social media or people are just like extremely toxic on social media, and I feel like that's and it's pretty extreme for the most part because it's like
cancel culture.
Yeah, the cancel culture is so stupid to me. It's like, oh, this person did this 30 years ago. Oh, they suck now, but you've been listening to them for the last 20 or so years. Like, oh, now you're not worried about it. Like,
right.
And it could be some like small shit. Like, I don't know, it's just dumb. If they wanted to cancel Michael Jackson after that thing he did, or the interviews came out or whatever, and then his little death anniversary just came up a couple days ago, and everybody was like, oh, rest in peace, Michael, we miss you. So, I mean, it's just, everybody's going to try to do it at some point in time. Like, go back on anybody's Twitter or Facebook far enough, you're going to find some controversial shit. That's all I'm saying.
I can see that.
It's been around a long time.
All right, Nick, what do you got?
If I had to pick one bad thing, I'd say the birth of cyberbullying on that just brought a whole another thing.
People can be whoever they want on that.
Yeah,
People can say whatever they want.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. They can hurt people in different ways.
Anonymously too. Most people don't even talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll make like like separate accounts just for talking shit.
Just for bullying.
And they won't include the profile picture. They just hide behind a screen and just talk shit. That's come on.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's a reason why suicide rates went way up.
When social media spiked as well.
Yeah.
All right, what you got, Bro? I know you kind of said one, but if I guess for now, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess like the whole like I always find myself comparing myself to people on social media, like people my age, 21. They're like, some people already finished college and they're starting their salary jobs, and I'm just like, well, dang, I still live at home, work at a coffee shop, like I don't know, I need to stop like
Comparing yourself to everybody else on social media.
because they try to
post the good.
Yeah, no one posts.
They always hype themselves up on social media, which do you, but it's just like, dang, it's like I wish I was there or something like that. And that goes for a lot of people too, not just me. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, mine's kind of like, mine's social media based, but it's not the social media itself. Mine's like I think the negative is being pulled away from like real life. You can miss what's going on right now, like in the most cliche way, live in the moment, that kind of stuff. But I think like one of my weirdest things is like, and I've even done it myself, but when people like Snapchat like a whole concert, I'm like, you're not going to be there.
That's the fucking worst,
anymore.
Man.
Like that you paid a lot of money to be there right now. Like you can watch a recording of this concert.
I'm gonna record like 2 or 3 songs and like a piece of the song.
Like my favorite, I've been to a concert or two, and I've Snapchatted, but like it's like my favorite song. Maybe I'll Snapchat. You know what I mean? Or like my favorite, like,
and it's like maybe 5 to 10 seconds.
But some people will hold up their phone the whole concert, and I'm like, you can watch a recording of this anywhere else. Like tomorrow on YouTube, you could probably pull up, watch, Panic at the Disco in Houston 2017, whatever, and watch it. Like just be there, and that goes with a bunch of other moments too. Like I get there's important memories you want to keep, like your Christmas morning or whatever. Like, yeah, take pictures and stuff. But at the I guess the balance.
But even that's not even just social media. I mean, you can take a picture on your phone and you can put it on Snapchat later.
Right. Yeah. So I think it's just a balance. Like, of course, you want to save memories, but also like be there. You know what I mean? It's just I think it's a balancing act, and that could be when people don't balance it and all they care about is what other people see in their life. I guess that's be there. I guess is the most negative for me. But what about you, Rambo?
I don't know, man. I kind of like. I don't want to like steal anybody's. I want to come up with like a new one, but I kind of like really can't.
Well, no, it's fair. We went through 4 people, so yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I know. Well, I mean, I think the keyboard warrior thing. Like, I think that's like the worst part about social media. It's just shitting on someone for no reason. You know, just to be like negative towards somebody, just to do it. Like, I think that's really shitty to just do. Because you're not going to get any backlash from it. Like, you can literally just turn your phone off after you say like the worst thing possible. That's like, I don't know. That's super shitty.
Again, not to get like too dramatic or cliche or whatever, but you can I could go get on social media and probably ruin someone's life real quick and just get off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just turn it off.
Yeah,
and like I think it's also with people just posting like the positive things and like the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, like nobody knows what's going on. Is that people really like, especially when it's like influential people, which I think like the whole Instagram fame thing is kind of done, but you know, whatever. But like people use that as a reason to like, they use it to like influence their own relationships with people. And it's like, well, all right, so you see all the positive stuff happening online, but you don't know what they're going through offline. So they probably fight all the time. But oh look, he bought her. It's like, oh, he went and bought her flowers or something like that. That's so cute. I wish some guy would do this for me.
But you don't know why he bought flowers.
Like he felt.
You don't know, like
it's like, oh, they'll be like, oh, look, random flowers. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, he probably felt guilty about something. You don't know. But I mean, like, obviously, that's not always the case. But
no,
like,
yeah, you want to post the good, but sometimes people only post the good.
They try to like say, oh, hey, well, I don't have that, so I think I could do better because this person has it. It's like, well, maybe like, oh.
Back to like Brandon, it's like you're always comparing yourself to other relationships or whatever. Yeah.
People like to brag.
Yeah, people like to brag. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just like, you should always be like, oh, well, you know, ask your significant other, like, oh, why haven't like we done anything like or done this or that? Like, oh, maybe they're struggling with money and they just didn't want to tell you. Like, you just never know. There's always something going on, but you're always too focused on somebody else.
Well, and like, not even just like the relationship part, but like kind of what Brandon said earlier about the vacation thing. Like, there's a YouTuber I watch, Cody Ko, shout out. He made this video about this, like the people who just like pick up their life and like go travel. And it's like blue ass water all over the place. Like blue ass water, blue ass water, blue ass water, White Houses, Greece, hot people, like all over the place. Those are the things that like make people like super jealous and whatnot. And like that's like what you were saying. And I think that can like be toxic in a way. Like, I know you're trying to say like, oh, look at how much fun I had on vacation and everything, but you're making all these people who are like have office jobs like, damn, my life's shitty. This person just like packed up what they were doing and just left, and they're having the time of their life, which that's the only posting the good parts about the vacation.
Right. And I guess since none of us here can like talk for that, I'll play devil's advocate, because I'm sure some of our listeners might be thinking, well, like, what if, you know, not that everyone's like, no, I know it's perfect, but what if they're like, that's all I got going on in my life? What if someone's having like their best year of their life and like all I got is good stuff going on? I'm not gonna not post it because it makes you feel bad. Like, I want to know. I guess none of us can really speak to that right now. None of us are off traveling or, you know, going. Like, every now and again, one of us does something real cool and we're going to post about it. But what if someone's doing something real cool for a year because their life's that good? I don't know. I don't know what that's like. I guess if you guys know, viewers wise, let us know.
Well, to back off what you said, when I go on vacation and whatnot, I maybe take like 2 or 3 pictures. But when I'm on vacation, I live in the moment.
Right, yeah. Sometimes I even forget to take a picture of whatever I'm doing.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll come home from like being out of town.
Because I'm drunk.
Totally not that reason.
He's passed out somewhere. That's why.
But even if you're drunk, you're in the moment.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm being sarcastic.
But either way, yeah, it's no, but I can get that. But I for everybody else that would speak on this to play devil's advocate, I wonder what it's like for the people that are like, well, I only have good shit happen to me, like for a little while.
Yeah,
so they
like that span where they're just like everything good is happening.
And I do mean like obviously you're not gonna put all your dirty
me and
laundry
my
out
girlfriend
there.
just had a fight.
You're not gonna
You know what I mean? Like,
so I mean obviously you're gonna put all the good stuff on there, but it's like it's not so much the people posting it is the problem, it's the people that like judge their own life based on that. And I feel like the people that use social media and do that's their own problem. Like, you know, you shouldn't.
It shouldn't be that important to you. Like, you know what I mean?
Because there's like obviously, hey, they probably saved up for like a year and then finally went on an extravagant vacation for a while and like did all their own things. Like you're over here just.
One thing, I guess another toxic thing about social media is like clout chasing, and like for all the older people who don't know what that means, it's like basing your life on like, you know, however many likes you get on a picture on social media, how many followers you have. Like some people like I've seen like videos of people like posing in front of cars that aren't even theirs. They're like, you know, a fancy Ferrari they just see in the road. Then they pose and they get their friend and pose in front of it. They're like, here, take pictures. We can take it for the gram. You know, try to get more likes and stuff. Like
gram is Instagram.
Yeah, gram is Instagram. But like if you're like
for like 30, 40 plus.
If you're just doing whatever you can just to get the most likes on social media, just get a real life, bro. Come on, that's annoying.
Be boring like the rest of us.
Yeah,
like, it's good to post your success, but also like you said, I'm not gonna go post fake stuff about me. I'm not gonna put a fake, like, you know, if me or whomever if me and my wife are having a bad, like we just got into a fight, I'm not gonna post the same day like we're perfect. You know what I mean? Like don't be fake on there either with your real life or with, you know, Ferraris or whatever the case may be if it's not yours.
I mean, the overuse of filters.
Yeah, filters.
Don't get me wrong. I'll use filters every now and then, but it's more for just like, oh, cool, like whatever. There's a filter on here.
Right.
I don't
right.
just
not
I
so
don't
much
use a filter for every single picture.
You only know somebody on like Instagram or something, and it's always a filter. Like, and then you go meet them, and they don't look like that.
You're like, you don't have dog ears.
But
you're so stupid. Okay.
Another thing I've noticed about like some relationships though on social media is that when they're always posting like happy, like all this good stuff's happening, blah 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 blah, and like all these pictures of us smiling and whatnot.
Those are the ones that have the
Those are the ones that
problems.
have the the shitty relationships. And wait like 5 or 6 months, they're not in a relationship anymore.
Usually that happens, and you can trace people's like relationships like on social media and be like, you know what, they're not gonna last because they haven't put like, not that you want to post a bad thing, but like there's no way you're that happy like for every day for like months in a row. Like, come on.
I wouldn't know.
Like,
I don't post shit.
So I don't post a lot. I post a lot about sports, but I don't post a lot about just others. I post about my kids and my wife and our relationship. But again, I post when something like good or significant happens, or maybe I'm just really loving my wife that day. But like some people, again, they're posting that stuff because they're like, I need people to know that my relationship's the best. Like, you don't gotta post like that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just again, it's all a balancing act, I think, when it comes to something like that. But not a flip flop, you know, because we're not just gonna shit on social media this whole time. That's a positive? We can flip flop. We'll start with Rambo this time. What's a positive when it comes to social media?
Oh, dude, easy. The best thing about social media is keeping in touch with people that you can't see every day.
Yeah,
family and friends.
There's people that I haven't talked to in years. That I told you the other day, I had a friend hit me up that I haven't talked to in like 5 years.
Yeah,
just hit me up for no reason.
I mean, like one of our really good friends, like Jake, he lives in California now. We used to see him all the time. Now we hardly get to see him, but if we want to talk to him about a movie that just came out, we can, just hit him up through Twitter.
All on social media.
Calls me to talk shit. He just called me, but I couldn't answer because we were doing this. But
yeah, Jake, I hope he's listening.
Shout out Jake.
Yeah, shout out Jake Blackman. But we, Jay was part of our friend group. Saw him. He came to every event we had, party, whatever the case may be. But he, followed his career. He's moved across the country. And but we can obviously we can call him and text him or whatever. But there's I see a lot of interaction with you guys and us on Facebook or Twitter talking about a movie or sports or whatever. He randomly tags me and stuff all the time.
I mean, he's part of our fantasy football league.
Yeah, he's in our fantasy football league.
I guess that's technically a social media.
Yeah, sort of.
We don't
really post content, but it's still like it's a social thing.
I think we have a page.
Comment.
We have we have a Facebook page, don't we? I think
a Facebook page.
We might have one,
or maybe we made one a couple years ago. But either way, okay. I think a positive would be I'm ready for one. I wasn't ready for me that fast because I was going to say the being in contact with people, but
I have one if you don't.
yeah, go ahead. I'll circle back.
I'd say the reason I didn't say before, but I have a Twitter and I'm on it all the time. But one of the main reasons I'm actually on Twitter is just it keeps me well informed about like what's going on, just in current events, anything I feel like I'm missing out on. And one thing like about me personally is I'm a big shoe collector, so I always gotta make sure like I have all the release dates set for the newest shoes coming out, and gotta have my sports news, and then it keeps me well informed, and then just like the memes, the interaction with everyone else, it's just a plus for me.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of one when you said that kind of stuff. For me, like for like the easiest, I think plus of all is just, it's entertaining. It's entertainment. Like it's entertainment whenever I need it. Instead of paying money to go see a movie or go to a concert, I can watch that on my phone. Like I can, I've seen like just if I'm bored and have nothing to do, or if I'm sitting on the toilet or like whatever, I can get entertained by multiple forms of social media just like that. Like
5 minutes later,
I can watch old Kobe Bryant highlights for no reason, out of nowhere, just at the tip of my fingers. Like that's amazing if you think about it. Like the shit shoots up to a satellite and back. Like stuff like that. It's pretty dope. So I guess just entertainment at my fingertips. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I would say networking.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about LinkedIn. I hope all of us are on LinkedIn. Yeah,
I don't use it a lot.
My wife runs my LinkedIn because I suck at it, but like,
I don't have a wife, so I mean, I get on mine every once in a while.
And then even as our podcast, we're on all these social medias, marketing on there.
Y'all couldn't listen to us if we didn't have these,
And then, to me, that's one of the biggest things. Just
that's a huge plus,
job,
actually.
that's huge.
What you got?
I think it's all those. I actually agree with every single one of those. I think one that I've like really come across is that I can even make friends with people that like don't live anywhere near me. So there's people that I haven't even met that I'm friends with on Facebook because we have common interests, like through Facebook groups and stuff like that. And it's just like there's a lot of people on Facebook that I'm really cool with that I've never met, but like we talk like pretty much on a daily basis about just random stuff that we're like we all.
Yeah, because you said you run I think I'm on it. You run a comic book page, don't you?
Yeah, and like so I'm with like 10 other people, so I mean, like me and them are all cool. And we talk pretty much every day.
Joel actually is on it too, isn't he?
He was, but he doesn't really get on Facebook.
Oh, that's right.
But I mean, I think networking is a really good one, and I mean, obviously entertainment. This is one of those things, like making a podcast.
Hopefully, we're entertaining.
Try to be.
But okay, that's cool. We got positives, I'm sure more positive things will come up as we talk. But what do you think is a social media platform you use the most? Guaranteed every day you're gonna get on that bad boy.
Oh, Twitter, easily. It's so easy to just all you gotta do is just type a few words, hit send, and it's out there in seconds. Like,
isn't that the same way with Facebook though?
I mean,
I think ease of use is another thing. Is that like it's so easy to just communicate with everybody
on Twitter?
Yeah. Doesn't matter who it is. Like, if they're busy, like, they'll see them. I mean, you could text them too, I guess, but it's still like.
I think mine's gonna be Twitter.
It reminds me of birthdays. That's another good one.
Yeah, Twitter's
cool.
Yeah. I forget so many people's birthdays.
Always.
Or if I don't you can look up their birthdays like on their Facebook page or whatever. Yeah, dude, because I felt like a bad friend sometimes, but Facebook saved my life.
I know I'm a bad friend.
But no, Twitter. It's like I use Twitter all the time. If I even don't post, I'm one of the first things I check all the time. I don't make it like a priority, but if I pick up my phone and I'm not using it to text somebody or call somebody, I'm probably on Twitter. And like he said, you can just press a few buttons and your words are out there. I think one of like the coolest things about Twitter is they might not see it 100%, but I can talk to celebrities.
Yeah. We're aware.
I have Tyrann Mathieu. Shout out Tyrann Mathieu. I shit on this guy for a little while because I think he had one of his worst years of his career playing with the Texans.
Yeah, but just a heads up, he was a free safety.
Yeah, he's a free safety in the Professional Football League. Now he plays for the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, yes.
But last year he played for the Texans. Anyways, not to get too much into sports, but he just had a really bad year. And I let him know on Twitter. And he messaged me directly and asked me if he wanted to meet up and fight. So I told him, I messaged him my address.
We have the receipts.
We have the receipts.
We have the screenshots.
If y'all really want to see them, ask us about it on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll post the receipts.
Oh my
But
God.
Tyron Matthew reached out to me and was like, "You got a problem? Let's fight." Sent him my address, and then he, I'm sure he got smart and thought about it and was like, "I can't go beat up a random fan." So, he backed off and was like, "I'm just kidding" or whatever. But I was able to speak to one of the Texans off of Twitter. Granted, he wanted to beat my ass, but I was able to have a conversation with a professional football player. Like, I couldn't do that 10 years ago or whenever, beforehand. So that's why I think Twitter is one of the coolest. And that's not my first interaction with a Texan before, but that he's actually one of the first, I think, to message me. But I've had multiple Texans like my stuff, comment on my stuff, things like that. So the fact that I can talk to celebrities or professional athletes is really cool to me. What do you use the most, Rambo?
What do I use the most?
Yeah.
I would have to probably say Twitter too, but I think that's just literally because of our age group.
Mm-hmm.
Our age range is just the Twitter kids. I'm guessing if you go through not studies, but the average people who are I think in their 40s, later 30s and 40s and whatnot.
It's more like Facebook.
They're more Facebook people.
Yeah.
And
Our
our age is more Twitter and teenagers and everything.
You think 18 to 30, I guess, is
18 to 30, I would say is more Twitter.
18 to 30, and then famous people.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, I get on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter all probably the same amount. No, I wouldn't say the same amount. I'm on Twitter more because I follow gaming very heavily, and all the gamers are our age and all younger, and so they use Twitter a lot, and that's where they post all their clips or all the information of who's going to what team and everything. So I mean, and not just gaming, sports too.
Right.
That's when you get the fastest update is Twitter. They post it on Twitter first. So,
but that's kind of cool because we've all had different kind of Brandon was saying how he likes to take to different people and different friends, and Tyler was saying family. I was saying celebrities. I didn't even think about the gaming world. You can be super involved in the gaming world off of social media alone. Yeah. That's insane. That even got bigger because of, we didn't even mention Twitch. I think almost all of us are on Twitch, or have a Twitch account at least.
Yeah.
Which is another form of social media. I streamed for a little bit unsuccessfully, but I did it for fun. Brandon streamed for a little while.
Yeah,
it's fun though when you have you're playing video games, something you would normally do by yourself. Playing video games and then just have your friends throw comments in there, or knowing that your friends are watching you. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So again, that's another form of social media that we use. In another form, your friends get to play games with you. You know what I mean?
Twitch. I use Twitch more than anything. I wake up and I get on Twitter and then I get on Twitch and I literally have Twitch on while I wake up and I'll fall back asleep watching Twitch. I watch Twitch all the time.
Oh, random thing I saw today on Twitter actually, because that's where I get all my news and stuff. Bernie Sanders, he's one of the presidential candidates. He made a Twitch. I mean,
yeah, Brennan Urie has a Twitch, and he's on it a lot.
Yeah, it's even
I watch Brennan Urie all the time.
The most unexpected people. They have all kinds of social media. It's crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. The interaction with celebrities is our parents didn't have that. They couldn't just watch their favorite actors and athletes and whatever just do their normal daily stuff for no reason. We can. I think it's cool. What about you, Nick? What do you think was one you use the most?
Before I said Facebook, but thinking about it, it has to be YouTube.
I think a lot of people, even ourselves, we forgot that YouTube is essentially a form of social media. There's comments. You can obviously post whatever you want. You can interact with people. You can follow people's lives through YouTube.
Oh yeah,
vlogs, bro.
Yeah.
I think YouTube is is the sole reason I know how to fix stuff about my car, because this is I need to
oh yeah, you know how many times I watch the same YouTube video on how to start your water heater?
I've had to use the same one for the tie.
Yeah, exactly the same video.
I know Nick watches the Joe Rogan podcast on YouTube.
I do that while I work out.
Yeah,
2 hours a day,
at least every day.
So YouTube, yeah, actually, I don't know if I think about it. What do I'm probably on Twitter more, but YouTube's probably super close. What are you talking?
If we're throwing YouTube in there, then
that's
it's probably YouTube, Twitch are number 1, number 2.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably tied between Twitter and Facebook, because Facebook I have that group that I help run, which I'm always on there just talking shit.
Right.
And then Twitter, I'm definitely on there talking shit and looking at memes and stuff. And I mean, I think Twitter's cool because it's it lets me know about stuff that, like, you know, if I'm not at home or something like that and something goes on, I can see it and, like, it's trending on Twitter.
Well, nowadays, it's like it's almost the norm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if there's a wreck or a shooting or a rob or whatever, if there's a big time event that you need to know about, you'll get it on Twitter before you get anywhere else.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's like, people sit here and, like, they talk about the news and how, like, the news is one-sided, but you on Twitter, it's like, it's all out there. Like, you get both sides, you get people that are just like, no, they're all wrong. It's just, that's the coolest thing, I think, is that you just get news so fast and you can get both sides of the story and you're like, well, shit.
And I feel like it's a lot more frowned upon to put, like, your, like, actual honest opinions out on Facebook
Than on Twitter.
Yeah. I feel like Twitter, people, like, have much more, like, have a lot more courage to say what they actually think than on Facebook.
Oh, that's because Twitter's for all miserable people.
That's what I'm saying. Well, and Facebook has all your family members.
Exactly. That's
I think it's almost it's almost more socially acceptable to post random, like, almost vulgar shit on Twitter than it is on Facebook.
Absolutely.
You post something weird on Facebook, people are like, dude, what's the matter with you?
Yeah, I want my grandma.
I mean, not anymore, but it used to be.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
All right, yeah. So also something I was going to talk about. What's a social? Because all of us use different forms of social media. Some of us not very much. But what's a social media platform that we don't like, that you just don't understand? I guess that you don't like. I guess to kind of help you guys push in the right direction. I don't understand Tumblr.
Oh, that was
I've never had one.
That's
I don't know.
A different world.
I guess I'm saying I don't know. Like, so I have a Reddit. I don't get on it too much, but I use it. I don't know if they're the same. But I don't know what Tumblr is. Like, and again, if you guys want to let me know in the comments, our viewers, help me. But I don't, unless you guys
Get on his ass.
But I don't know what the hell a Tumblr is. If you want to tear me apart for it, please. Just what do you do? Like, what is a Tumblr?
I don't know.
I'm the same. Tear us all into an asshole because I have no idea.
Someone tell us what Tumblr
Please
is.
let us know what Tumblr is.
Because I could not tell you.
I would say it's like a blog of something.
Well, I thought it was like a Well, first I thought it was like MySpace, but then someone told me no, not at all. And then I thought it was like Reddit, but someone said
I think it's closer to like Reddit, but it's less like vulgar.
Yeah.
Less
but Reddit
Reddit's
also
so
doesn't.
nasty.
I think Tumblr is more like a blog and like sharing like, you know, your personal stuff more with like people that relate to it. And then like I think Reddit's more like, you know, you can find pretty much anything on Reddit. You can find streams, illegal like downloads of movies and stuff like that. Pretty much
not anymore,
anything
though, right?
on Reddit. No, they don't do the NFL streams on
NFL and NBA streams, they shot it down.
for now.
Well, I'm sure people are gonna, they always get around it. But what's
pay for it.
And not to take the same one that everyone was going to use, but does anybody, we won't even go down the list, does anybody just openly have a social media that they don't understand or they don't like really get that people use so much? Not even that you don't understand how to use it, but maybe you don't understand why people use it so much.
I'd say Instagram because, like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like a more complicated Twitter. Like, it's basically
visual Twitter.
It's a picture Twitter.
Yeah,
basically, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
That's not hard to believe. I mean, because you can do slideshows and stuff.
Because it's like, I mean, because Instagram is known for like pictures. Like I want to see like stuff on Instagram and like be like, oh damn, that was a cool play. Like I follow MLB.
Mm-hmm.
Like damn, that's a cool play from the dude with the Rockies from Story.
I probably get more highlights on Instagram than anywhere else.
Yeah, you know, or like you know, just like the fine bitches at the beach.
I would. And I guess maybe this will help us segue into this kind of the same thing. I don't understand why people would have an Instagram and Snapchat and use them both so much. It's like the same thing, isn't it?
No, I'd see Snapchat is going. It's like what's currently going on in your life, and you know whatever you post on your story or whatever, it goes way up to 24 hours.
Instagram? Can't you post a story on Instagram?
Well, Snapchat, like,
But you put a story on Facebook.
yeah, Snapchat made that first, and I feel like social media platforms just kind of piggybacked off that.
Do you
like,
think
Well,
the
Instagram
aspect
got
of
it, and Facebook owns Instagram.
the aspect of like messaging and like secret messaging and stuff like that on Snapchat is probably why it's so big?
Yes,
Right,
that's exactly why people use Snapchat.
I think Snapchat's
Well, because
more.
I
think it's
don't really
'cause-
talk to people on Snapchat.
I think
So that's why.
Snapchat, it's like share pictures instantly instead of like, you know, one picture every now and then on Instagram.
But if you think about it down to like brass tacks, can't you do the exact same thing on Instagram that you can do on Twitter? I mean, you can do on Snapchat.
Well, yeah, you
can
can.
send pictures, you can message, you can post
It's so much
stories.
quicker. Snapchat is so much quicker to use.
Because
than
Snapchat,
Instagram.
it sends it directly to him, and it's like, all right, hey, you and this person like converse back and forth multiple times instead of like you can share videos and pictures.
So do you think Snapchat's more important because of the conversations?
I think it's
not the actual.
Because like I mean, not
Yeah,
only that.
and plus you can have like you said, you could have like the disappearing conversation. Unless you save it in the chat that you're talking with that person, it will go away.
Okay. I'm just not a bit. I don't use Snapchat that much, so that's why I'm. Yeah, I guess I can see that. You can have your more.
Girls love Snapchat, especially because of the conversation disappeared.
I love Snapchat.
You love Snapchat, don't you, Tyler?
I love Snapchat.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I like Snapchat and Instagram. Hey, first of all, motherfucker.
I wish I posted more on Instagram. I feel like, and I don't know if it's pressure from just like the world, but I feel like if I post something on Instagram, it has to be like the best picture.
Yeah,
Like
same.
I can't post a shitty picture on Instagram.
That's why I don't post on Instagram.
That's why I have two, and one of them is of my youngest son, and the other one's of Emma. Legend doesn't even have one yet because I don't have a picture good enough to put on Instagram.
See, that's what I'm saying though.
you
Is
know?
that like Instagram is more for like the good stuff that you share. Or Twitter and Snapchat's like, oh, you can post like ugly selfies.
I guess that's why, because it goes away.
Yeah, because you can you sit there and just mess around and like
it's less
say
formal.
dumb shit to people.
Yeah, it's less formal.
Yes.
It's like the Twitter of Facebook.
Yeah, it's
So like Snapchat is like what
Snapchat
Snapchat is basically the Twitter of like
Facebook.
pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, what Twitter is to
Yeah.
Facebook, Snapchat is to Instagram.
That's
Yes.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Basically.
can get that then. Okay. All right, I'm there. Still don't know what the fuck Tumblr is.
And another thing, a lot of younger people use Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
I feel like a lot of younger people use Snapchat. I could be wrong. I could.
Well, I can tell you that I only know maybe out of my family, I only know 3, 4, 5 people on Snapchat that are over the age of 40.
Ask me what was in my cup.
No, I think my uncle and my aunt, or Uncle Jesse and Matilda.
Yeah.
Shout out you guys. They are they're the only people I know in my family over the age of 40 that are not to share age, sorry, but over the age of 40 that use Snapchat. You know what I mean? I think it's I think it's the younger generation that uses Snapchat. Like
It's just like the Twitter thing.
yeah, like Twitter.
I feel like it's like mostly like high schoolers probably use Snapchat because I don't.
You know what? That's probably dead ass because a lot of them are my older YouTubers. Like our mom has an Instagram, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the older generation uses. They're on Facebook, Instagram.
You know why they have Instagram? It's because Facebook owns Instagram.
Oh, okay.
It's literally the same thing.
The monopoly on everything. No, I don't know.
Facebook and Disney.
Okay. I guess we kind of spoke on this too, but is there any? Brandon kind of pushed it on me in the beginning. Is there any social media platforms that you have because of family or friends? Like you wouldn't have it if you didn't feel like you had to have it.
Going back to the one about not knowing what it was.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Pinterest was always the one that I just never understood. It was like
Pinterest. I don't have one because it's too much for me.
But I know what it is, but I just never understood why.
I could be like sports, and you just so much shit. Like
People just put a bunch of random shit in like a thing, like a
pictures.
Pinterest? I thought it was like you make like a board or something, and like you just
Yeah, you
click all
can
the stuff
put a
together.
board. Like I have a Pinterest, but I have a Pinterest. Like I have a Pinterest for like wallpapers and stuff.
But like you can even find like it's not even just pictures. Like
It's not even-
my
you can
wife
find
uses it for like
ingredients.
recipes and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I was saying. Like ingredients and stuff.
Yeah, but isn't that what Google's for?
Well, yeah, but Pinterest. I think Pinterest is more like
Well,
it's
Pinterest and
focused.
Google are connected.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. It's like focus
Everything on
stuff.
Google's
If you put
just
recipes for meatloaf or whatever, like you find a lot more specific stuff on Pinterest. Google takes you to sites to help you find stuff. I guess you know what I mean. Pinterest is like a more enclosed.
Well, I mean, a lot of the things, if you Google it, it'll lead you to a Pinterest thing.
So
I never understood. I
I never had a Pinterest.
Yeah, I just don't know the.
I mean, I literally just use, like I said, I use it for wallpapers.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I like
Yeah.
cool pictures.
I made
did
a
that.
Pinterest, but I just didn't know what the hell I was like. I don't really know.
I'm sorry. I've kind of like skipped over this one. Did anybody else have a social media they just don't understand?
It's 4chan.
I think we all said top.
What's that?
4chan.
4chan, bro. I haven't heard that name in years.
4chan?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Weird.
What the hell is that?
Exactly.
If anybody knows, what was Tyler saying earlier today? Something Zanga?
Zanga, that's old, dog.
The hell is Zanga?
That was before like MySpace.
Oh, okay, that's probably why I was.
Zanga.
That was
Hey,
old.
MySpace was dope. I
the
feel
hell
like
Zanga
we should have
was?
never given up MySpace. I'm so sorry, Tom.
No, I was around like.
He sold out. He had so much money.
Yeah, but I mean, damn, if he wouldn't have left, he would have been with the Mark Zuckerberg shit.
Yeah.
Facebook blows ass.
See, I got on social media like right after like MySpace's reign, so I never got like all the cool stuff about MySpace.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were too young,
Dude, because you could personalize your background. You could like throw music on it and play whatever somebody does to your profile.
Your top 5 was cool as fuck.
Top 8?
The top 8.
But then they should get to like top 150, so I wouldn't have to worry about anybody bitching about it.
That shit was so cool.
You can do it to like top. You can do it like top however many you want.
Yeah.
Well, they started out just top 8, and then people were like, oh, why am I not your top 8? But that was the biggest. And so like, oh, I'm taking you off my top 8 now. I'm number 8.
I was dating somebody like in
so
whatever
funny to me,
grade,
dog.
7th or 8th grade or whatever, and I had Joel, and Joel was my number 1, and then my girlfriend was number 2. She was like, what the hell is that?
That was such a huge thing.
Yeah, it was
top 8 was like a big thing.
Like, do you not love me?
I'm telling you, like,
Also, we're 13 years old. But
that was the best thing ever.
So something we really wanted to touch on though. I don't feel like so. Last episode we did do relationships. Now we're doing social media. I feel like something we can't just not talk about, which will take up probably the remainder of our time, is online dating. So, which is its own social media in itself.
Oh boy.
All of us have experience with online dating. So I think we want to talk about. Let's jump into some online dating. So I've obviously been out of the dating game for multiple years. I'm married. Been married for 2 years plus. Been with my wife for 5 years plus. So I'm in the older version of online dating. Not well, I won't say older because we're gonna have comments from people that were doing like eHarmony and shit.
That was the first one.
Yeah, but
Match.com.
Match.com.
I'm pretty sure that's
Farmers Only is a newer thing. Blackpeoplemeet.com. Like, I was gonna say Christian Mingle.
Boy.
But I guess, and again, I don't know how personal you guys want to get, but if y'all want to go around and say the online dating sites that you have used before, we can kind of start there and then talk about our thoughts about it. So,
I'm pretty sure my dad and stepmom met on
online dating.
Match.
Match.com. Yeah, it's a lot of, apparently a huge amount of people meet on online dating sites.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they got married, so I guess it worked.
yeah. So what do you what about you? What do you use?
Shit.
Again, not to put too much out there, but you know.
I've used POF.
What is POF?
Plenty of fish. You're too young for Plenty of Fish.
I guess so. I mean, it still exists.
Well, not but when it was in its prime.
Yeah, I guess so.
He was still in high school. Like,
Probably, yeah. I was too young for it.
Scott made me make a Plenty of Fish when we graduated.
Yeah, Plenty of Fish was
Like when he went to.
You gotta think about that. High school wasn't that long. Was more than that long ago. We're 26, 27. High school was like almost. It's coming up on 10 years.
he's not 27, 26.
I know that's what I'm
For the
saying.
record,
So
He was in high
when
school.
we were using
I
it.
created
So
mine.
say I was
I was almost 10 years
like when
old.
we were 18. How old were you? So that was 8 years
He was in,
ago
like,
for us.
middle school.
Shit. Probably like 13.
Okay, yeah. So there's no way he had a POF. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it was before his time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't have
I'm
mine until
arguing about it green right now.
I don't think I had mine until like maybe. I don't even think I had one in high school.
No, Scott made me make one.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying I don't
because
think
I had one too, so I made him make one.
Oh, I was just saying I don't think I had one for a while.
I'm
But
just the baby.
No, you made me make one because you were tired of you being in a relationship and me not being in a relationship.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
that sounds like a Scott.
Okay,
that sounds like a Scott
so-
problem.
That's
Scott's
it.
always in a relationship.
What else?
Apparently.
What else did you?
So, Plenty of Fish, obviously. Bumble, Tinder, and I've been on Meet Me as well before.
What the hell is that?
Oh, I used to meet me back in the day.
Yeah, Meet Me is like that's where the fucking whores are.
Mimi's massive.
Like,
Meet Me is so
let me tell
scary.
you, I'll be honest.
Mimi's
dude.
like fucking. What's the thing we were just talking about? People. Mimi's like the Reddit of social media, of online dating.
of online dating.
God.
100%.
So
It's like I'll meet up with you if you have weed and $25. What? No, I don't have either of those things.
So I only used only thing I can really remember when I was dating was I used Plenty of Fish and I used Meet Me.
Meet Me, yeah.
I don't think I had anything else after that. If I did, I can't remember. But those are the only two that I can remember. Like literally going back and forth, like checking. You know, if I had conversations or matches or whatever what it was back then. But I was a single dad. And nobody wants. I had my son at 19 years old. Nobody wants to date a 19-year-old with a kid. So I was like, you know what? Let me jump on social media. Not social media, online dating. Maybe that'll help me out, which that didn't. But anyways,
Bro, like 90% of girls on dating websites have a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even lying. It's kind of sucks.
All right, Brandon, what's yours? Well, what we can do before, because I know Brandon might jump into it, we can talk about the sites that we've used, and then we can talk about our experiences with them. So just to get what we've used, what have you used?
Okay, short answer. When I first started doing online
Your girlfriend
dating,
listens to our podcast, right?
yes.
Okay, good.
Shout out Shelly.
I'm gonna say she better subscribe too. Shout out to anybody that's ever met any of us on online dating. You better subscribe to this shit.
But
I'm gonna post it on Snapchat so I know somebody's on there.
yeah, I did use Tinder. I did use Bumble, and I don't know if y'all have heard of OkCupid.
I use that.
You actually use that?
Yeah, one of my friends made it.
bro.
That's
and
weird.
Doesn't it have commercials like on TV and stuff?
Yeah. I think it used to.
One of the cheesiest ones.
Yeah, one of my friends made it, and he wanted me to make one, so I was like, all right, I guess. So I never used it though. I just made an account. But yeah, those are the 3 I used.
What you did?
So I've had a POF before. I just reactivated Tinder recently. Actually, y'all kind of convinced me to do
Swipe right on
Bumble, and I've used OkCupid too.
Damn.
And Tai.
I mean, I had POF for a little bit, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. I was just kind of there. I don't know. I didn't really care about it that much. Then I got on Tinder and I got on Bumble. And I don't know. I kind of just bullshit around on both of them because I don't really care. I just swipe right on everybody and then like deny all of them. It's weird.
Yeah, you guys were kind of telling me about. I wasn't. Apparently, say it's older, but it got into its prime now. I never was on Bumble. But you said I think it's an interesting concept. The girl has to message you first.
I think that's way more important. But then again, when they message you first, they do the exact same thing they tell you not to do.
Which
on
is
Tinder.
They tell you, they go, just don't start with, hey, how's it going? And they'll either say, hey, smiley face, or how are you? All right, first of all.
Or like they'll throw a cutie in there. How are you doing, cutie?
Yeah. Oh, I hate
I
that.
get that all the time.
Cutie.
you get a lot of cuties.
I get a lot of cuties.
This guy, cuties. But
Bro, those are text messages from your mom, not.
Yeah.
but that's interesting. I didn't. There was when I was dating, there wasn't one that made the girl message first, but.
That's the greatest concept of all time.
Okay, so what's one of your, I don't want to say best stories. I'm not trying to talk about the best time you got laid or anything. One of your most like interesting interactions on a dating site, like the weirdest or like, I don't know, something that you were not ready for on like a social
I
media.
don't actually have anything like crazy that's happened.
Did you ever catfish? How about that? Has anybody been catfished before?
No, because I've only met up with like maybe one or two people on the dating sites, but I think I'm pretty sure it's only been one.
I was catfished before.
Oh no.
Back in college, and I'm pretty sure it was POF, and it was one of those people that only post face pictures.
Oh, bro.
Face.
She's probably huge.
Again, not to,
Oh my gosh, Rambo.
not to like body shame nobody or whatever, but she just was. It wasn't that. She got off by saying that like she wasn't catfishing because it was pictures of her. But when I met her, she was like, "Oh yeah, but those pictures are like 6 years old."
That's another thing.
I was like,
That's
"Because
another thing I love about Snapchat is I go, hey, add me on Snapchat instead of giving them my phone number.
well, see, when I was
then I'll be like, hey, then like, you're like, all right.
but
cool,
Snapchat
start
really
sending
wasn't even a
pictures.
thing whenever I was
Well,
dating.
that's what I'm saying now,
yeah.
though. Is like,
So I had to like solely base my beliefs off of what you said and looked like on your dating profile. So yeah, I met up with her and she did not remotely look like
do
what
the
she
old school
did.
thing and be like, hey, whenever you like meet me at a restaurant and make sure you're holding like a pink rose or something like that.
Yeah, so I did. Again, it was nothing happened of it. We met and now like we had a conversation and then it was kind of like we just wanted to meet each other to make sure each other were real, which she wasn't. So we met, had a quick conversation, and then it was kind of like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you later, and then just never spoke after that. But
Good job.
so yeah, it was. I had been catfished before. I don't know. And then again, if anybody's been catfished before, viewers, let us know because again, apparently that's way bigger than any of us know. So
Yeah, they had a show, man.
Never experienced it. I
but
just
if you
don't.
let us know your catfish experiences or if you've been catfished, because that.
I have a story that I've told, I'm pretty sure all of y'all before.
All right, here we go.
So,
Oh, man.
I messaged, I matched with a girl on Tinder, and this is like a really shitty part for me. Like, she didn't do anything wrong.
Oh god.
But this is,
Rambo does not care about putting like bad shit out there.
I know.
He name dropped somebody last episode.
That's because he's an asshole.
Rambo will let whatever the fuck he wants to with these podcasts.
okay, so, I can't remember what her name was. This was years ago. So we met at Chili's to have like
That's romantic.
lunch dinner. I don't know.
Welcome to Chili's.
So not only was it a day date, it was a Chili's date.
No, it was like 6. It was like right after like all the old people eat.
You should have met for coffee.
6 is dinner.
That's dinner, yeah.
I don't drink coffee. Anyway,
That's what I'm saying. You should have had coffee.
so we went to Chili's. We had like a really good conversation. We like the freaking bill was like $65
At a Chili's?
Yeah, dude. Bro, we both had like I wasn't gonna be like, oh, hey, keep it under, you know.
Well, you should have ate before you went and had like an appetizer. Wait a minute.
Because even
The prices of Chili's have gone down.
No, 5 years ago, Chili's was dirt cheap.
Well, I hate Chili's, so I don't care.
Anyways.
No, not anyways. When was this? When was this?
I don't know, man. Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, so you spent a shit. Wait, we have alcohol?
Huh? No.
So no alcohol, and you sacked up $65.
Bro, we had an appetizer.
Chili's endorsed this man because he's spending way too much money at Chili's. Okay,
What'd you get?
go ahead.
I don't remember. We both had we had an appetizer, we both had a main course, and we had dessert afterwards, and we both had drinks. I don't know, maybe we did drink alcohol. I can't remember. It was like 6 years ago.
I hope you had alcohol.
So anyways, we got there and
4 appetizers.
I went to, so like we were like kind of wrapping it up and everything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Well, I was lying. Yeah, y'all remember? Y'all remember this?
This is the biggest dick move I've ever heard in my life.
So
It's like an accidental dick move, but I get it.
yeah, it was accidental. So
Yeah, accident.
I had all my money on my card, but it was like an ATM card, or I had like $40 with me. It was like $65. I was like, shit, man, I need to go to an ATM to take more money out. So I went up to the front desk or the host.
Right.
I was like, hey man, where's y'all's ATM machine? I need to get some more money for my bill. And he goes, oh man, we don't have an ATM machine. I was like, what? So the Chili's what we're at is like maybe like how far are we gonna say that's like like 200 feet away. With that like Bank of America little ATM.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's like 200 feet away. So I'm like, shit. He's like, there's an ATM outside though. And I was like, all right. So I told her, I was like, hey, I'll be right back. I have to go get my wallet out of my truck. She was like, all right. So I got in my trunk and I drove to the ATM and I was getting money out and I whipped around and came back and she was gone and the bill was paid. And I was like,
Oh man.
and I was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, where'd she go? He's like, oh man, she already paid for it and everything. She thought you dipped. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I messaged her. I was like, hey, to be honest, I didn't have enough money. I was going to the ATM to get more. I wasn't trying to like leave the bill on you and like ditch on you. She's like, oh, it's fine, blah, 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 blah. And we never talked after that.
Oh,
it was, that was the most embarrassing thing I've ever been through.
Okay, so sidebar, was it a good date?
Yeah, it was really good.
You should have just told her that,
And she was
that you
hot.
just needed to go get an ATM.
Because if she was a bad date, I would just never message her back. I'd be like, damn, she paid my meal, let's go.
No, it was a good date, and she was attractive.
Like, I mean, I know it's like, I know you're like, oh damn, hey, I don't have a debit card, so like, I need to run to the ATM.
But that's
I didn't think she was going to see me, man.
That's embarrassing on a first date. You don't want to say that.
But it's not like you don't have the money, you just don't have the cash on you. But if you don't have a debit card, that's that's not a big fucking
where she
deal.
was sitting, I was like, no way she sees me in my truck.
Dog.
I was like, I'll be there and back like with
I mean, a lot of people judge you hard as fuck, but it's like, come on, dog.
No, people think a lot. So people are gonna. So what if she would have been like, so he only thinks I'm worth $40? Like, you know what I mean? So you don't want to say that. You know, hey, I didn't bring enough money for you because I didn't think you were gonna spend more.
I mean,
than
it's
$40.
fucking Chili's. What do you think you were gonna spend? More than $40?
Well, I'm surprised that he spent 60 plus.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. He's like, well, it's Chili's. I didn't think we were gonna spend $60 either.
But anyways,
I'm saying that. So that's how good of a time he was having.
So has anybody had like not? And again, we're not gonna sit here and talk about how many people you banged or anything like that. But like success on social media, as far as I mean, not social media. I'm sorry. Online dating.
Oh, okay.
So Brandon.
Let me take the spotlight here. Okay, so I met the beautiful girlfriend that I love so much
Here we go.
on
So
Tinder.
everybody knows they're still in the honeymoon phase. They love each other more than life itself. Yada yada yada.
I can definitely tell you
Yes.
this kind of related.
They can do no wrong.
Big
apparently.
facts. But I met her on Tinder last year. But it came without definitely came with a lot of swings and misses before. I went on a lot of dates with other girls. Obviously didn't work out. And then, I met her and then just out of the first date, man, everything was just...
Did y'all? So again, what site did y'all meet on?
Met on Tinder.
On Tinder? Did you Did y'all meet instantly, or did y'all have a long get to know each other on Tinder kind of thing? Or did y'all exchange numbers and go like, did y'all meet? I know some people are different. Some people meet right after like they start talking, and then some people have to like get to know each other before they even think about meeting up with each other.
Oh no, we texted or we messaged on Tinder for a couple of days, and we eventually, gave each other our numbers, and then, I forgot who, but we just threw out the idea of let's actually like meet up and go out on a date. And
also, I know this is different too. Well, man, I did this too. Did y'all meet first, or did y'all go on a date first? Like, was it like, hey, we're gonna go on a date, or like, because when I was dating online, like I met people at a Walmart before to make sure they were real. I was like, hey, because I told you I've been catfish before, so I was like, hey, before, like in a nice way, before I spend money on you and go on a date, like meet me in this public place so I know that you're real and not like a dude, like 65-year-old dude. You know what I mean? Because I was a younger guy, so I'm a young, attractive dude. I'm pretty good looking, so I was like, I don't want to go meet some 65-year-old dude in a back alley, or some random address. So I'd be like, hey, meet me at this Walmart. So did y'all do something like that, or did y'all just go on a date?
No, I just picked her up, and we went out to the movies. We saw Bad Times at the El Royale.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a 3-hour movie.
It was a great movie, as much as we paid attention to it. But
I knew he was gonna say something. It was a great movie.
There we go. So how long have you been together now? Since that?
Since that, I think our first date was like, it was in October of last year, so however many months it's been since then.
You don't know your anniversary?
Our first date was October 30th.
Okay, so you say it's a success. So as of till now.
Yes, for definitely a success.
Cool. Is anybody? Well, I guess I'm married, and I actually met my wife old-fashioned way. We met in person. It was through mutual friends.
You're welcome.
But yeah, again, everybody here knew Jessica before I did, and I met with I was actually hanging out with Rambo. And Joel was like, hey, we're going to go to this game night at Jessica's house. Who the fuck's Jessica? So, but I was hanging out with Rambo. So by the time me and Rambo were ready to go, we went to Jessica's apartment, played like board games and stuff. I met Jessica, and then, that's how we met. And then, the rest is history. But we met in person, which we didn't plan. Both of us weren't planning on meeting people in the situation, in the time that we were in.
You never do this.
But yeah, I think that's the way it goes. But so mine was in person, which neither way is bad. I just I thought in the era that we're in, the fact that we met in person was pretty. The amount that she's on social media and I'm on social media, the fact that we met in person, I thought was pretty cool. But what about you guys? I think
another thing about the whole like getting catfished and stuff, like Bumble actually they can verify accounts now. They make you send a selfie to them.
Did they really?
Yeah, and you can verify your account. So not all accounts are verified. It doesn't have to be verified to do it.
But if it's verified,
then you know it's them for real.
So if someone messages you that's not verified, do you just not?
I mean, you can talk to it. Well, they have to message you first anyway. But you can be like, all right, yeah, talk back and forth.
But then you ask them like, hey, are you real?
Because you can put your Instagram on there too.
Yeah,
you can put your pictures and stuff.
But people I'm sure people make fake Instagrams to put on their Bumble.
But I mean, if they have like pictures that obviously weren't like fake, there's pictures that you can downloaded off the internet.
Right,
but it's that's another cool thing about that. That's why I was like, Bumble's awesome.
That's interesting. Does anybody else have a successful, again, I got to go bang some girl, but like a successful interaction as far as social media, online dating?
I have a good one too. I don't only have a bad one.
Okay, we'll probably actually close on this. Rambo will give us a nice story, and we'll kind of wrap up our session here.
No, we didn't finish your how you met your wife.
What do you mean?
We just talked about that.
Oh,
we just went. We were all hanging out.
Where the hell were you at?
Shit, I'm drunk.
No, we met through mutual friends. They had a game night at Jessica's apartment. I wasn't really invited, but Rambo and Joel invited me and Rambo. Joel was invited, so we went to meet with Joel at Jessica's apartment, and that's how I met Jessica.
Okay, boom, got it. Rambo, your turn. Yeah, I think so.
God, he's drunk. So, and we're all of legal age. We're all 21 plus.
Yes.
I know Brandon sounds like a 16-year-old.
I turned 21 this year.
But he turned
ED, yes.
But Brandon is 21, so no one trips out here online. Anyways. All right, so let's kind of kill it with Rambo's story.
So
better be good.
Another Tinder. It's not as good as the bad one.
That was funny. I remember you telling me that one too.
I think I went to your house literally right after.
Dude, it was the funniest.
So funny.
You did.
I did go to your house right after. I was like, Tyler, this bad shit happened.
Bro, I cried laughing.
Hey, but you didn't pay her back, did you?
I never saw her.
You never saw her again.
So you told free dinner.
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah. Free food.
All right,
Shit.
go ahead with your good story.
So, also met this girl on Tinder, which we matched like around the World Series time when the Astros were in the World Series.
Hey, good time.
Good times, yeah.
So it was around Halloween. I'm pretty sure that's when they were still in the World Series, around Halloween.
Yeah.
So we matched around Halloween. We talked for like maybe a week, and she was going to college at Texas A&M Galveston, but she lived in downtown Houston. So she like drove, and we live like right in between that. So she just drove back and forth all the time. So I was like, "Hey, when are you free?" She said Tuesdays. I was like, "Okay, well, would you want to meet at Bayrock Mall on Tuesday?" She's like, "Yeah, that'd be cool." So we met.
So that's cool. Yeah, a public meeting to make sure everybody's real, kind of thing.
Yeah. So we met at Yard House. We both had a drink, and then I was like, I told her this beforehand. I was like, "Well, remember Tuesday night I played darts. I have Dart League."
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay, that sounds like fun." So then we went to Santa Fe, and I played my Dart League, and she had a fucking blast. And I was not expecting her.
She went with you?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was not expecting her to have as good of a time sitting there watching me play darts, but she had a great time, and she thought everybody was cool. And we went back afterwards, played at Dave & Buster's for a while, hung out, drank a little bit more, and then she ended up staying the night with me. We didn't like have sex or anything, but
You didn't have to throw that in or out of there, but you know, whatever you want to tell the world.
it like, I don't know, it became a relationship.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's by far my best online dating experience, and we dated for a pretty decent amount of time.
I actually did it. So we know Brandon and Rambo have. Did you guys?
I've only
Have you ever developed a relationship with online dating?
I've only met up with one person off of the online. Not just because I'm more like, I don't know. It just weirds me out. But I've only met up with one person, and I mean it went for a little bit. We didn't have like a relationship or anything.
We
met up twice, and then went on one date, and then and then
FWB.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, I never
That was
developed
years ago.
a relationship off of online dating.
No, yeah, I've never gotten a relationship.
I've never. Not that I shit on it or anything like that. I just never worked for
I
me.
feel like my personality doesn't come through as well through text. So whenever I see somebody in person, they're like, "You're funny." I'm like, "Well, yeah, no shit."
Yeah, I can see that.
Can't relate.
It's really hard for me to sound like an asshole online, so that's why it works.
I mean, it works better. Like when they meet you and they're like, this guy's gonna make me pay the whole bill.
Fuck you.
I've never met with anybody from online dating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've talked to a few, like an awkward situation, but
Okay, well, so there's some of our ins and outs of online dating. I don't know. I guess we're going to wrap it up from here. We about to tackle a few subjects. Again, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, your own stories, we love to hear stories. We respond to your stories, actually, too. We take a whole episode to talk about you guys' experience if y'all want us to. So any experience you guys have...
We can bring you in if we need to.
Yeah, if you guys want to come in, we would love to have guest speakers. So if anybody wants to come in and tell their story... Excuse me, we've been drinking. Any of this round's on us. Any of their stories, y'all want to come in, talk about y'all's online dating experience, what you guys have experienced with social media, or anything that we may have missed, let us know in the comments. Again, we're on Spotify. You can find it, and then we're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and whatever else we have out there, we'll put out there and let you guys know. Comment, like, subscribe, let us know. Push our name out there. Help us out.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your family, brother, uncle, cousin, whoever, mom, dad. We know y'all
Because
know
you don't
people.
even like, but you know what? You talk to them sometimes.
I know. If you think we're someone interesting, put our name out there. But
Even the one you see at the only family gatherings and that you take a walk with, quotation marks.
But again, any suggestions, any questions, let us know. But thanks for listening. That's going to be...
We'll see you for the next round.
see you for the next round.
What it do, baby?
Thanks for listening.